Hey everybody, it's Joe from Papa Jobo's, and today I'm going to be talking about someone who killed a franchise, the anatomy of a franchise killer. Now, when I first planned this video, it was going to be full of montages, videos, cutaways, scenes to this person, and that person is Kathleen Kennedy. But here's the thing about it. You can't find anything on this woman on the internet other than glowing accolades. Literally, that's all you find. And I dug pretty deep. I don't know where else to look to find out anything about her. She grew up in Berkeley, which I guess a lot of people are going to instantly say, see, this is where she learned her craziness. And I can't really argue with that. Berkeley is a communist institution, not a joke, not something that's made up. They were made one by Columbia University, which was made one by the Institute of Marxism in Frankfurt, Germany. When Hitler took over, all that school fled. They went to Columbia University here in the U.S., and then they spread to Berkeley, and then that crap's been spreading through our country for a while. So she grew up there, but you can't find anything on her active politics. All you can really do is look at the woman and what she's done to a franchise to deconstruct, dehumanize, and destroy people. Specifically men. She doesn't seem to like them, which is weird because she was brought into the industry by two guys, George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, who pretty much gave her everything. And she basically just ran coffee for them. And there was a story I found where they said she interrupted them a lot. And so Steven Spielberg tells a story where she interrupted a lot. So I hired her to do some production work. I've done a lot of videos on her. I don't like the woman. I don't like her activism, and I don't like her social justice BS, her virtue signaling, her intersectional feminism, and above all, her cultural Marxism. The only way that I can judge her now is based upon her actions because, like I said, dude, you can't find anything on the woman. It's almost like the most powerful woman in Hollywood, and make no mistakes about it, she is the most powerful woman in Hollywood, has some sort of power to be able to scrub stuff off the internet. I'm just saying, plenty of powerful people do it. But like I said, the only thing I can do is watch her actions and see how she treats people. And she treats men horribly. She is full of misandry. She does not like them. She likes to subvert them, destroy them, and then put a woman in her place. That's intersectional feminism, and it's extreme feminism, and it absolutely ruins everything that it touches. If Disney cared about money, there's an argument out there that if they lose enough money, they're going to get rid of these people. If Disney cared about money, they would look at Spider-Man No Way Home, they would look at Top Gun Maverick, and they would look at things like, to a lesser extent, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and they would, and Stranger Things, they would change their tune like that if they cared about money, but they don't. They care about activism, they care about cultural Marxism, and that is everything that Kathleen Kennedy is about. She's worth $300 million. She is powerful as all get out. She's going to get her message into anything she wants. People don't want to mess with her. Why? Why is that? I can't find anything out there on why. Well, my guess would be that the environment in Hollywood has really stifled a lot of men. And I'm not going to lie to you, rightfully so for some of them. Some of them like Harvey and, Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Cosby. I mean, these people were horrible, man. They did horrible things. And you're going to have a lot of women rise up in an environment like that. And then you're going to have people like Kathleen Kennedy who doesn't do the right thing with it. She goes full in cultural Marxism, makes it all about activism. But not being able to find much on her, all I can do is look at her actions again and see that she has destroyed destroyed Star Wars, and she's probably putting her 2 cents in on everything else that you see at Disney. Because they won't break with her, because a lot of them are in league with her. A lot of you have seen the videos of Disney having that activist message with upper echelons, with Bob Chapek, and them saying, yes, we're going to shove it in everything we do. It's insane. They have this ESG score list that has to be adhered to, and Kathleen Kennedy probably helped write the damn thing. Again, I don't know. You cannot find dirt on this woman, not because it doesn't exist, but because I believe she's probably had it scrubbed. But this is how you kill franchises. You put an activist in charge. You put a cultural Marxist in charge, and she has done that. And it's one of the saddest things I've ever seen, because that IP right behind me, all that stuff I bought way back in the day, she's trying to destroy it. And actively trying to destroy it. And people like me, she said, I don't owe anything to men. Oh, you owe something to your audience. I mean, you do have a lot of money because of them. I mean, You owe maybe a little bit of kindness to people as opposed to being a wretched human being who constantly says mean things about them. I don't think you should be doing that. And, you know, I've had some people send me messages saying, hey, you're kind of doing the same thing when you call her name. And to be frank with you, I don't see that as a huge problem because she is the one that constantly does it over and over to other people. At some point, people are going to reach a boiling point and say, no more. I'm going to draw a boundary here and say, yeah, you can't do that to us anymore. And that's where any sort of, I guess you would say, disparaging remarks come from my end because the woman started it and then she just kept doing it. Had she done it once or twice, I wouldn't have bothered. But man, she just keeps going. She's not going to stop. If you want to kill a franchise, though, this is how you do it. You hire an activist like Kathleen Kennedy and you let her do whatever she wants with it. Now, a lot of people say that George Lucas would have ran things differently. I've done videos on that where I talk about George Lucas actually starting wokeness in his company back in the early 2000s. You can go watch those videos if you want. But George Lucas set this all up. I know a lot of people say Kathleen betrayed him, stabbed him in the back. No, she didn't, dude. He knew what she was. He worked with her for decades. He understood exactly where this woman was coming from, and he gave it to her because George Lucas is a liberal. I don't think he's a far leftist like Kathy, but he's a liberal. And so he's like, yeah, I'm going to give it to her, and she's going to do some wonderful womanly stuff with it. And then, oh, crap, no, she's going to destroy it. He didn't expect that part. But he had to have known that something like that could have happened. Who knows? I don't know. I can't read the guy's mind. I'm just looking at what's presented in front of me. The evidence is pretty overwhelming that he knew what type of person she was. Anyway, this is my video on Kathleen Kennedy, Anatomy of a Franchise Killer. I wanted it to be much more in depth. You can't find anything out there on it. Tell me what you think about it. And if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button for me. I actually have a lot of viewing hours. I just need a lot more subscribers to get to where I need to be monetized. That would be awesome if you could help me out with that. I appreciate all the support of all my faithful viewers and fans, and I appreciate every comment, even the horrible ones, because you'll help my algorithm. But if you really want to have a debate with me, just be civil about it. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with civility. I am Joe from Papa Joe Bows. Peace.